सफ़र मुश्किल हज़र मुश्किल अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा तुझे मालूम हर मुश्किल अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। फरमाते हैं कि चलना भी मुश्किल है और ठहरना भी मुश्किल। In this verse he says, it is hard for me to walk on this path, but it is all even harder for me not to walk on this path. So Ali Allah Madad Farma, Ali Allah Madad Farma. Oh my Mawla, oh my Ali Allah, help me, so I may walk on this path. The journey of the knowledge is very peaceful, very peaceful. But it does require a moment to take the first step on that path. If we ever think that we are the one who is walking on the path of the knowledge or the Ruhaniyat, then I think there would be a great mistake on our part. A great mistake. The path that we are walking on, it is due to, and it is only possible with the Imam-e-Zaman. He is the one who is carrying us on this path. वो है जो हमको इस रास्ते पर चलाता है. If we think that we can work hard and get ahead in ibadat or the knowledge, that is maybe a good thought, but if we decide and if we understand that it would be much easier to walk with the Imam, with his help, then we can get ahead on this path much easier and much faster. Without the mother's hand, without the support of the mother, a child cannot walk. If he tries to walk, what happens? He falls down. He may even get hurt. But what does mother do? She brings him up. She encourages him. She may even give a little bit of push for him to start walking. But then she stays right behind him to make sure that he does not fall down. Imam is that mother that walks right behind us to make sure that we are on the right path and we are not falling down on the path. But if we decide to sit and not walk, then he gives us that free will. Then he gives us the free will to sit on a Sirat al-Mustaqim and not walk or get ahead on that path. One of the stories that our teacher used to tell us all the time, that this man, he went from far away city all the way to Kufa, where Mawla Ali used to live. And when he got to the Kufa and he found the home of Mawla Ali, he was so happy. He was so happy that he had found Mawla Ali. He never even knocked on the door. He never even entered the house. He never had a Didar of Ali. So then our teacher would ask us a question. Was this man a hard-working person? Yes. Was this man a smart man? No. because he works hard to get to Molali, but then he never even knocked on a door. He never entered the house. He never had the didar. That is an example of us. We do work hard. We are hardworking people. We are honest people. We work hard in our ibadat. We give our efforts and time to come to Jamaat, do our ibadat, say our dua. We give our dasan. And we try to be as nice, as good, as hardworking as possible. But if once we get to the door, and if we never knock on the door, so what is the knock on the door? The knock on the door is we are going to call the Molali and say, the Molali, I'm at your door now. Open the door for me. That's exactly what we are doing here today. We are here knocking on the door, asking Ali to open the door for us. Which door is that? Door of our batin. The door between this physical world and the spiritual world. Door between our lower intellect and his higher intellect. One of the principles of Mu'min to become one with the Imam is to make sure that he or she says that, oh Mullah, I am nothing. And again, the story that our teacher would tell us, that one day a person got to the door of Allah and knocked. He knocked on the door. And Allah asked, who is out there? And he said, I am so and so. Allah didn't open the door. He knocked again. Who's out there? He said, I am son of so and so. He didn't open the door. Again, he knocked. Allah asked, who's out there? He said, I am so and so and so and so. Allah didn't open the door. The men keep wondering why Allah is asking me and not opening the door. And the fourth time when he knocked on the door and Allah asked, who's out there? He said, nobody. As soon as he said, I'm nobody, Allah opened the door. Meaning, if we wanted to be one with the Imam, we need to let our I, me, go. As long there is an I left, there cannot be we. And what do we say in English? There is no I in a we. So our topic for the day, and which is a continuation of last few lecture, we have talked about life and death, and today inshallah this will be our last final lecture on this topic, unless Allah gives us more tawfiq ta'id and understanding of this subject, and if there are more questions then we can continue on the same subject. Otherwise, we're going to try to conclude this chapter, this subject today. We have talked about a question, if we are alive or dead. क्या हम अपने आप को जिंदा देखते हैं या अभी तक हम जिंदा हुए ही नहीं हैं? And we have talked about three lives, three kind of life, or the three stages of life. Physically, yes, we are alive. but only on physical level. But in the eye of Allah, in the eye of Imam, only person is alive who is alive spiritually. And even then, when we become alive spiritually, our journey will just begin. I'm going to repeat this again. Even if we become alive, अगर हम रूहानी तौर पर जिंदा हो भी जाते हैं तो भी सिर्फ सफ़र सिर्फ शुरू हुआ है, एंड नहीं हो गया है. That would be our first step on the journey of the spiritual life. The very first step. Now, let's see कि कहाँ पर और कौन लोग spiritually alive थे. And one of the Farman Mullah says, there are only few who have made it to Fana fi Allah. And then he gives some names. Pir Sadruddin, Isa. Just few names. And then if you look at Sultan Muhammad Shah Farman, you will find maybe 10, 15, 20 people at the time of Sultan Muhammad Shah that he gives the name. Matter of fact, for one of the person, Rahim Basariya, Mullah say he is from Panchtarne Pak, Allahabad. So people become alive, I would say, on daily basis. We just don't know. Why we don't know? क्योंकि हम मरे हुए हैं, हम जिंदा लोगों को देख नहीं सकते हैं. But if we were alive, we would see other people who are alive. Because we are not alive, we cannot see other people who are already alive. But on the other side, the people who are alive, they can see us how dead we are. With this Faramin of Sultan Muhammad Shah, in which he talks about all this Mu'mineen, what we are learning or understanding, that it is possible for Mu'mineens to follow the Imam's Farman in the true sense. And only way you can follow the Imam's Farman is what? To understand their Farman first. So we know what Imams want from us. And once we understand what he wants from us, or what he's trying to teach us, then and then only we can follow those Farmans. Even though today we hear this Farman on almost daily basis, then Mullah says, if you receive the Nur, if you get that happiness, then keep it to yourself. Do not disclose that to others. And others will not understand because they have not experienced that same happiness yet. They will not understand. Now come back to the Sultan Muhammad Shah's time. Sultan Muhammad Shah के वक्त में क्या हुआ? He will come to the Jamaat Khana. He will ask people sitting there, खड़े हो जाओ, stand up, show your hand. आप में से किसने 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 नूर देखा है? Why? क्यों ये फर्क? अब जो मैं बात आपको बताने जा रहा हूँ, आपको बहुत हैरत होगी. आप बोलेंगे, is that really true? At the time of Sultan Muhammad Shah, he was trying to encourage the entire Jamaat. He was trying to teach them that it is possible for people to work, do their ibadat and get to the nur. And only way he can convince them and bring the belief they needed in their heart to work even harder was to show them the people who have already reached that status. तो 1000 में से 2, 4, 8, 10, few people will raise their hand. And at one time, Maulana says, "Tell me what do you see?" Oh, बोला खुदावन, I'm not strong enough to tell you that. मेरे को बहुत डर लगता है. I'm really scared. I cannot bring it on my tongue. Maulana said, "No, it is my farman. Tell me what you see." And you see, I see myself as you. I see myself as you. वो क्या बोल रहा था? Anal haq. That's what he was saying. लेकिन कितनी humility से, कितना डर से हुए. And after Mullah encouraged him few times and gave farman to tell, then he talked. वो भी हाथ जोड़कर माफी मांगते हुए, गर्दन झुकाते हुए, humility के साथ, right? Okay. आए कि आज के ज़माने में क्या तब्दीली हुई? Why Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah would come and ask the Jamaat to stand up, raise their hand, show how many people have seen Nur. अगर मौलापा आ जावे ना in 2019 और पूछे तो few लोग नहीं हो गए, सैकड़ों लोग हो गए. It would be hard to contain. Today is the time of resurrection. ये क़यामत का ज़माना है. और हमारा दीन, हमारा तरीका, इमाम की गाइडेंस आगे से आगे जाती जा रही है. आपको क्या लगता है कि उस ज़माने में ज़्यादा लोग थे? नहीं, इस ज़माने में ज़्यादा लोग होंगे. किस बेसिस पे मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये? Why would I say that? Because I believe इस्माइली तरीका is on सिरातुल मुस्तकीम. हम आगे से आगे जा रहे हैं, हम पीछे नहीं जा रहे. हम पीछे नहीं जा रहे हैं. अगर आपको इस बात का कंफर्मेशन चाहिए, आप इटलांटा का बैतुल-गाह का फरमान पढ़ लेना. इटलांटा का बैतुल-गाह का फरमान. मौला बार बार उसके अंदर फरमाते हैं कि मेरी दुआ है आपको कि आपको कम से कम एक मरतबा या 2 मरतबा या से भी ज़्यादा आपको नूर का दीदार हो. आज के ज़माने में इमाम ने जितना इसमें आज़म ओपनली लोगों को दिया, ऐसा पहले कभी भी नहीं हुआ. We have not seen that in our history. Why? क्योंकि आज के ज़माने में जमात को और ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है इसमें आज़म की, आज के ज़माने में. And with today's time, with the difficulties and materialism का जो तूफान हम पर है, the way we are stuck in the materialism, Imam is also making it easier for us to take the Isme Azam, recite the Isme Azam with a pure heart. You can reach to that level much faster today than you could do 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 500 years ago. The tests were much harder in the old time compared to today. Today, इमाम ने दरवाज़ा खोल दिया है. हमें क्या करना है? खाली सफ़र करके दरवाजे तक आना है, and we have to enter the door. अगर हम वो नहीं करते हैं, then there's nothing anyone can do anything about it. लेकिन आज का ज़माना वो है. आए। देखें कि हम जिंदा हैं या नहीं आज, और हम कुछ मिसालें से देखेंगे। तो एक आयत है जिसमें हमको पता चलता है कि जो बात हमने की थी कि पहले हम मरे हुए थे फिर हम जिंदा होते हैं, जबकि नॉर्मली पीपल थिंक करते हैं कि वी आर लाइव एंड देन वी विल डाई, जबकि मामला यूं है, वी वर डेड फर्स्ट देन वी बिकम अलाइव। कौन सी जिंदगी ज़ारा? आर वी अलाइव और डेड? फिजिकली वी आर अलाइव, स्पिरिचुअली वी आर नॉट अलाइव, राइट? तो जब हम कहते हैं कि पहले हम मरे हुए थे, तो इन व्हाट लाइफ आर वी डेड? इन स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ. So let's pull this ayat. What is the number?
So this is Surah Baqarah 2 by 243. I'm going to read the half of the verse in Urdu, and then we can ask her to read in English. अल्लाह ने उनसे फरमाया मर जाओ, फिर उसने उनको दोबारा ज़िंदगी बख्शी। हकीकत यह है कि अल्लाह इंसान पर बड़ा फजल फरमाने वाला है, मगर अक्सर लोग शुक्र अदा नहीं करते।
Allah said unto them, Die, and then he brought them back to life. Lo, Allah is a Lord of kindness to mankind, but most of mankind give not thanks.
मूतु कबला अंता मूतु, ये कॉल हमने सब ने सुना है। मर जाओ उससे पहले कि तुम मरो। Die before you die. Meaning, अभी जो हमने बात की कि unless you say I'm nothing, unless you don't die with your carnal soul, जब तक हम मर नहीं जाते हैं तब तक खुदा हमको जिंदा नहीं करता है। तो हम क्या करते हैं? हम अपनी कार्नल सोल के साथ अपने नफ्स को मार डालते हैं। So we die, and when we die, then he makes us alive. जब तक हम ये बोलते हैं ना कि I'm alive, he has no reason, he does not need to bring us to alive. क्योंकि हम समझ रहे हैं कि हम तो जिंदा हैं, लेकिन हम सिर्फ ओनली फिजिकली जिंदा है, स्पिरिचुअली जिंदा नहीं है। तो उसके लिए हमको कहना होगा कि नहीं, हम मरे हुए हैं और हम अपनी अन्ना को, अपनी आई को, अपनी कार्नल सोल को हम मार डालते हैं। जब उसको मार डालता है तो फिर खुदा हमको जिंदा करता है। अगर ये बात ना होती तो लुक एट द नेक्स्ट लाइन। खुदा कहता है कि आई asked them to die and they died, and then I brought them to life. और खुदा एहसान जताता है। खुदा saying I did you a favor by asking you to die. इसमें फेवर की क्या बात है? What is Allah saying? कि अगर तुम ना मरते तो मैं तुमको कैसा जिंदा करता? If you keep saying I'm alive, then I cannot bring you to life, because you saying you're already alive. So you have to say what? I'm not alive. So he may bring you to life. क्योंकि यहाँ पर अंडरस्टैंडिंग की बात है। Physically, yes, we are alive, but we are not talking about physical life here. Because the true life, the हकीकी जिंदगी, the permanent life, हमेशा की जिंदगी, is a spiritual life, not the physical life. Now, देखें और आगे आगे देखें हम कि किस तरह से खुदावंद ताला या उनके पैगंबर लोगों को जिंदा करते हैं, लोगों को जिंदा करते हैं। हम लोग तो उसको बोलते हैं कि जो जिंदा होते हैं पहले से ही, वरना तो मुर्दे होते हैं वो। So for the Isa, it is said that he would bring dead people to alive, कि वो मरे हुओं को जिंदा करता था। ईसा के लिए है, ये बात है। अगर ये बात ईसा के लिए ट्रू है, won't it be true for the Imam? Have you ever seen Imam going to Kabristan, to funeral home, and bringing people to life? We have not, right? If this is true for Jesus, shouldn't it be true for the Imam? क्यों कि ये बात जो है वो फिजिकल लाइफ की नहीं थी। जो रूहानी तौर पर मरे हुए थे, and when Isa would see them that they are dead spiritually, they are dead intellectually, he would bring them to life. How would he bring them to life? Any guesses? How would he bring a spiritual person who's dead to life? A spiritual person. Imam just did that back in March. I saw a lot of dead people there. And also Imam was bringing them alive. You know what he was doing? He was giving them Isme Azam. He was blowing his nur into us so we may become alive. Did you not see? He was doing exactly what Isa was doing अपने time में. He was bringing us to life by blowing his nur, giving us his Isme Azam to us. And where do we understand this? How do we understand this? Allah says, I blew my nur into the Adam and he became alive. And I created Adam and Isa the same way. I brought Isa and the Adam to life in the same manner. If there was a true for Adam, he blew his nur into Adam, he must have blown his nur to Isa to bring him to life too. Because he is not talking about physical life here. वो फिजिकल लाइफ की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ की बात कर रहे हैं। हम उसको फिजिकली ले रहे हैं। Come back to today's, this morning's फरमान, Maulana says, if they are in the materialism totally, they will not understand. Because we are living in this physical world, we think everything as physical. So Maulana says what? You will not understand. Because he was never talking about physical life. He was talking about spiritual life. क्योंकि physical life तो already हमको मिल चुकी है. What we don't have is a spiritual life. So he's talking about that life. So what was the reference of this? Can you read that?
So पहले पढ़ते हैं सूरह इमरान की 59, 3/59, जिसमें खुदा फरमाते हैं, अल्लाह के नज़दीक ईसा की मिसाल आदम की सी है। अल्लाह के नज़दीक ईसा की मिसाल आदम की सी है कि अल्लाह ने उसे मिट्टी से पैदा किया और हुक्म दिया कि हो जा, और वो हो गया।
सुभान अल्लाह।
Lo, the likeness of Jesus with Allah is as the likeness of Adam. He created him of dust, then he said unto him, Be, and he is.
सुभान अल्लाह। दूसरी वर्स 3/49, जिसमें अल्लाह फरमाते हैं, मैं तुम्हारे रब की तरफ से तुम्हारे पास निशानी लेकर आया हूँ। मैं तुम्हारे सामने मिट्टी से परिंदे की सूरत का एक मुजस्मा बनाता हूँ और उसमें फूंक मारता हूँ और वो अल्लाह के हुक्म से परिंदा बन जाता है।
सुभान अल्लाह।
मैं अल्लाह के हुक्म से मादरजात अंधे और कोड़ी को अच्छा करता हूँ और उसके इज़न से मुर्दे को जिंदा करता हूँ।
सुभान अल्लाह। Keep that open. We want to talk about that. Ji, in English.
Lo, I come unto you with a sign from your Lord. Lo, I fashion for you out of clay the likeness of a bird, and I breathed into it, and it is a bird, by Allah's leave, and I healed him who was born blind, and the leper, and I raised the dead, by Allah's leave, and I announce unto you what you eat and what you store up in your houses.
subhanallah.
So